video is devoted to those who are most of us in the world who are left with the recourse of our own practice at home. Because of world events, we've been suddenly, we can't access our regular yoga class or our gym or our spiritual community or whatever we normally do to take care of ourselves physically and spiritually and emotionally. And this practice is based on the theme of the warrior. It's intended to build strength and courage, courage on the inner dimension and strength and flexibility on the external dimension. And so it's some work. So if you're looking for kind of a workout, you may find that in this practice. And I do try to be really good with showing modifications. If you can't do the chaturanga push-up, you can lower it to the floor. I tried to, as best as I could, show the modifications for the seated postures. And this is kind of also an endurance practice. So, because a lot of things are repeated. If you cannot squat, please just put your legs very wide and go halfway down when I'm doing these squatting segments. And I hope that you find this video helpful and enjoyable. And if so, please leave me your feedback. Namaste. We'll begin standing with the feet together, toes slightly apart, hands on the low belly. Women will have the right hand down first, and the men will have the left. Stepping the feet apart, we'll inhale and bring down the heavens, and then we will go right into knocking on the door of life, tapping the kidney area of the low back with the back hand, while the front hand taps the front of the hip bone. So a lot of people, when they first see this movement, they just see the swing, but it's a swing and a tap. That tap is important. It's you're giving yourself a massage in a couple of key acupressure points, and so try to hit the right points. And now I've changed the front hand. The front hand is now tapping on the what's called the shoulder's nest, which is the origin of the lung meridian, just on the medial border of the shoulder head. Back hand continues to tap the kidney area. Let the head turn. And now we'll just take a pause, holding the tree and feeling the reverberation of that knocking on the door of life. Inhaling, exhale, smoothing down the front of the body. Stepping the feet together, and we'll circle the knees. We're going to keep the legs all the way together. And you really want to work evenly through the feet, allowing the weight to spread through the feet, feeling the work go evenly through the thighs. And you really want to definitely say hello to your thigh muscles, and you're going to enjoy going into a forward bend if you do that correctly. If you do it strongly, you'll just go right into the forward bend. It should feel good. Inhaling and exhale. Tucking the toe of the right foot, or you can simply mirror me and making a nice big rotation through the ankle joint. Make sure you get the stretch on the top of the foot, the dorsal aspect of the foot, and make as large a circle as you can. Aiming for smoothness, aiming for symmetry in your circle, and if it feels
funny, if it feels like you can't do it very well. A lot of people have that experience at first, don't worry. And now hands to the hips and hip circles. Knees are straight on this one. Drawing the circle on the floor with your tailbone energetically. And going in both directions. And now we'll roll the neck. And you can choose the speed that you like. I like medium. Some people that go very fast, some people go very slow. So choose the speed that you like, but do it in a complete way, touching your edge. If you never touch your edge, then the pose isn't going to grow. The movement is not going to grow. But you also don't want to push into anything that's uncomfortable. And now the shoulders. Nice big rotations. And the other way. Interlacing the fingers, circling the wrists, so there's a little space between the palms. The elbows stay relatively close, and you take a full rotation in the wrist joints. And now rolling around the bracelets. Those creases at the end of the arm and the beginning of the hand, there's some rings there. And you just roll. You keep those rings together as you roll. Good. Inhaling. Exhale, bringing down the heavens. And again. Third time. Softly bending the knees, holding the tree. Make sure your jaw is soft. I'm just turning to the side to show that you want to slightly tuck the tailbone, keep the back of the neck long, keep the kidneys open, the shoulders are relaxed, the elbow crease is soft, the back of the knee is soft, and exhale. Inhaling, so the feet are together, and this move is known as the swimming dragon, and it's a qigong movement, and we're going to make 3 arcs. So around the knees, around the navel, around the throat, and up and over. Those are the 3 arcs. Throat, around the navel, around the knees, navel, throat, up and over. And so the legs stay all the way together on this one. And as you hug your legs together, you'll feel the midline of your body begin to activate. And this is pure lateral movement. It's almost like you're climbing up and down a ladder in a snake-like way, or a dragon-like way, because this is the swimming dragon. And bringing it up to the center, and we're going to go the other way. Around the throat, around the navel, around the knees, navel, throat, up and over. And so just feel yourself a very snaky, undulatory dragon in the water, and it's a continuous movement. There's no stops, There's no jerks. It's just tracing those 3 arcs. Neck, navel, knees, navel, throat up and over. And sometimes this takes a little time to get it, so you just look in the mirror. As you're watching me, I'm your mirror, and you just follow along. And don't worry if it feels uncoordinated. And just enjoying the snaky movement. Bring it to the center. And now exhale, we're going to pull down slowly as if we're tracing a line through the midline of the body. And then we're going to hold this little mudra just below the navel. A little space there that your hands are making. The left hand is holding the right, and breathing into that space, the golden light mudra. And now the microcosmic orbit. And I'm just turning to the side so you can see how my spine is now undulating on the, it's called the sagittal plane actually, the front to back. Whereas before we were on the lateral plane, and now we're on the sagittal plane. And you're scooping the chi up your back and letting it flow down the front. Making it big with your neck if you like, big with your spine. It's getting a lot of movement happening. Movement often feels very nice. And then we're just going to hold a tree, and we're going to feel how that movement now is continuing in the energy body. The physical body has stopped, but the energy body, the pranic body, is still actually doing the microcosmic orbit. So see if you can tune into that. Inhaling, and now exhale, we're going to squat down. Inhale, and then press. I'm going to show from the side just because it's a better camera angle for aesthetic reasons. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale. But you do not have to turn to the side. You can just continue looking at the video. And now if you're not able to squat all the way down with your heels down, then just put your legs wide and do the horse squat, just like that. No need to go all the way down. You want to make sure you're going with your heels flat. If you're able to go all the way down, then go all the way down. I'm pressing that bladder point, bladder 2, where the eyebrow meets the bridge of the nose. And then I'm going to step back. Stretching my 2 arms, stretching my legs. My feet are hip width apart. My hands are shoulder distance apart. I'm pressing the base of my index finger down as I roll my shoulders, heads away from my ears. Down on the hands and knees. And inhale, cat, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, opening the back. Inhale, opening the belly. Exhale, opening the back. And just coordinating your breath with the movement, synchronizing. Tuck the toes, interlace, and stretching the palms up to the sky. Inner border of the shoulder drops down the back. Back of the toes open. And internally rotating the arms and having the hands in Namaste. If you're not able to do Namaste, just grab your elbows. If your toes, if you're not able to sit on your heels like this for this long, then just go to regular kneeling. And forward fold. Inhale. And exhale. Hands to the low belly. And just center. Inhaling. Exhale, forward fold. And I'm going to step I believe it's my right foot back, and I'm going to come to Virabhadrasana number 1, the warrior, first warrior. I'm stepping forward, and then I'm just going to immediately step back with my other leg. So I like to do this posture dynamically like this as a drill. And I find that it warms me up very well. I like to step back instead of stepping forward because that saves my groins. And I feel myself getting really dialed into my center. I step forward and then I step back, and I have to really firmly ground myself through my feet, through my legs, and then I bring my arms up. And I keep going back and forth. And if you do this long enough, or if you do it quickly enough, with really hitting the proper alignment each time, you'll find that it will really wake up your core. You'll find that magic spot deep below and behind the navel where all of life originates from, particularly the yogic life. Extend the spine, fold. Inhale, I'm rolling up. Exhale, pressing the chi down. And now this is another squatting variation. This is known as Super Brain Yoga. I'm going to link it below. It's from the pranic healing system of Master Choa Kok Sui. And it's for brain hemispheric balancing. And now the legs are wide, and we're taking the big circles with the waist. Try to keep the legs straight, the back flat as you forward fold over the leg, and you make these big circles. Other way. You notice I'm turning my navel toward the foot. My toes are pointing straight forward. And I'm making a nice big circle. I'm trying to keep my elbows as straight as possible, my back flat, and my legs straight. And now I'm coming forward. I'm going to scoop, turn my hands inside out, coming forward. Inhale, scoop, and repeat. I told you this was a very dynamic sequence. And just grounding it all in the horse. Try to get your thighs parallel with the floor. And then the forward fold. Nice deep inhalations and exhalations. Toes turn out. tracing up the leg, inhaling, come all the way up, exhale, smooth the energy down the front, and collecting the chi, the prana, at the space below the navel. Inhaling and exhale. And I'm repeating the warrior sequence. I do this twice. And so when you do it the second time, this drill, you may find that you're a little better at it. That you can place your legs, or rather place your feet better, because you're more warmed up. The muscles that you're going for, the connections up under your navel, are already pre-activated. And so you might find that you are better at it the second time. Forward fold, rolling up, exhale, crossing the arms. Now I'm grabbing my earlobes. So the earlobes are, and the ear themselves is full of acupuncture points. And so the idea is that you're stimulating those points. You're doing the crossover, which is a brain hemispheric integration move, and then you're squatting. And you want to actually inhale on the squat, exhale as you press up. And again, if you have a hard time with squats, just go halfway, no biggie. I mean, don't make it like a game stopper, is what I'm saying. If you can't squat, just fake it, and you'll eventually be able to squat if you work on it. Taking the rotations, other way. This is great for the waist, activating all the nadis, the meridians around the waist, and coming forward fold. And then the hands turn kind of inside out, you scoop, and then they turn again. It's like a scoop, bringing up the center channel, inside out, and then open. Coming to the horse, let yourself stabilize and ground all that movement. Interlace the hands behind the back, forward fold. Exhale, and I'm just going to take a little hop into the frog, Madhukasana. I'm just going to stabilize here for a moment before we move on. And I hope you will join me for part 2 of this practice, which will be continued on the next video. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.